Hello guys and dolls, welcome to the second of three video tutorials on the calibrated peer review process brought to you by the University of Kentucky Biology Department. These video tutorials are specific to Bio 102 and 103 for non-majors. However, any course that offers CPR would be applicable here as far as the progression of the assignments go. If you haven't already viewed the overview video on calibrated peer review, we strongly recommend you do that. This video and the video following will be more of a hands-on demonstration of how to access CPR, set up your personal profile, log in, enter your text, go through an entire assignment, and view your results at the end. So given that you've already made yourself familiar with the calibrated peer review process, let's jump right in by opening a browser window. I'll be using Google Chrome as my browser of choice. The software should work on all major browsers, including Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, and I've also gotten it to work using the mobile browser Dolphin on my Android. And also work on Safari, I should say that as well, for the Mac users out there. So, first thing you want to do is go ahead and hit up the website, which is at 128.163.46.236/CPR Local 5. Some people will run into an issue here with cookies. Make sure your cookies are turned on. You can do that through the settings menu in your browser. Once you get here, make sure that you see the University of Kentucky here on the landing page. That'll let you know that you have, in fact, reached the University of Kentucky's CPR site and not some other universities. If this is your first time to CPR, you need to create a new user profile, and that is done here at this link that is now highlighted in yellow. So click Create New User Profile, and it will take you to a page asking you to enter your student ID. In this case, the student ID never starts with a 9, always starts with a 1. A lot of people have a problem with this, so make sure that you go ahead and enter your user ID without the 9. I went ahead and set myself up with a goof account. So once you enter your user ID and it's noted as being valid, which it should for everyone that's enrolled in the course, if your name is on the roster, then you are definitely on CPR at this point. Go ahead and make yourself a password. Make sure it's unique and make sure you don't share it. And then it'll ask you to make yourself a secret question and answer in case you lose your password. And I happen to be a Texas A&M alum, so I'm going to go ahead and put that down as my answer. You can disagree all you want to. And then go ahead and give us your preferred email address where it asks you for an email address. This will help the TAs and instructors get back to you in a more timely manner in case there are any issues with your account. Make sure you include that so that we don't have to go fishing in Blackboard or on the roster sheet for your UK account. And also, if you prefer not to use your UKY account, you can go ahead and put that in there so we can get to you more efficiently as well. And once you're done setting up your personal information, hit finish. And the most important thing here under your report is your username. Make sure you keep that handy, write it down somewhere, save it somewhere, however you want to do it. Make sure all this information is correct. And then you can go ahead and close, and it'll send you right back to the landing page where you will be asked to enter your newly created username and password. And if everything goes according to plan, you should see yourself at the home page for everyone. So here you have a couple of options. The first is to enter as a student. The second is to manage your profile. Managing your profile basically allows you to change your name, email address, or your password. Should the need arise for us to reset your password, you would come here to change it to something that you can remember. But for now, we'll go ahead and enter as a student. Seeing as how this is the first time I'm using this account on CPR, I come to the student agreement form. This is your standard terms and conditions. It's a student agreement that basically tells you that We may use your papers, your submitted papers for analytics, and that you should keep your password private, etc., etc. As long as you agree to all these, you can go ahead and click I agree to the terms and conditions. Click next, and then you'll be directed to the pretest page where you will be given the option to view the CPR assignment tutorial. This doesn't take very long. It is recommended that you view it because right afterwards you'll have to take the pretest. The pretest is required of all students. You won't be able to use the software until you pass the pretest, so make sure you do this well ahead of the deadline for your first assignment. I've already taken the tutorial and the pretest multiple times, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this right here, and I'll get back to you once we get back to the landing page after passing the pretest. Alright, so once you've passed the pretest, you can click on the link at the bottom that says start using CPR, and that will send you to the page that you will always see from now on when you log in and enter as a student. So, for example, come back here. This is the home screen, enter as student, and it takes you straight to your student home page where you're given your assignments and the courses that you're currently taking. Right now I set myself up in a mock course, and any assignments that are currently or in the past have been given in the class. In this case, there's only one. It's an introduction and hypothesis, very similar, if not exactly similar, to the assignment that you will first have in your course this semester. So if I click on the assignment, I'll be directed to the assignment page. And the first page you'll see is the assignment information and progress page. Here you're given the assignment timing, which will tell you when each stage is due. You'll notice that the calibration start and end time here and here are only 5 minutes apart. There's no need to panic there. We did this on purpose so that you don't have one more deadline to have to remember. All we ask is that you start the calibrations after the start time, which you have no choice but to do so, but that you complete all of the portions of CPR, the calibrations, the reviews, and the self-assessment before the assignment end time. You'll be given a couple of days to do this at a minimum, and you won't be counted off if you miss the 5-minute calibration span, so don't worry about that. Underneath the timing of the assignment, you're showing your progress. This is very important because it gives you a simple way to check to make sure you've completed all the portions that you need to complete. Most importantly, the text entry portion. If this doesn't say yes, then that means you need to go back and make sure that you've done all the steps necessary to enter your text. And we're going to go through that right now. So all you got to do is click Access Assignment, and you'll be sent to the assignment page. The first page of every assignment is the source materials page. And this is where you're given a brief synopsis of what we expect you to learn, where to get your information, and then a summary of how to write your text and some guidelines to writing your text. You've probably already seen this in your Blackboard, your course Blackboard site, or in your course website. This is just a repeat or a summarization, just another instance where you can go back and check to make sure that you've included all this in your text. We hope and we strongly recommend that you've already written your text well ahead of you accessing this part of the site. But as long as you understand all this and it all makes sense to you, you can go ahead to continue to the text entry stage, which is right here. You'll also notice on the left side of the page is this little progress panel that will take you through each section that you can access. As you can see here, calibrations, reviews, self-assessment are all grayed out because the deadline for those has not been reached yet. But text entry is in blue, and you can always access that. When you get to the text entry page, you'll notice that the required length is 0 to 500 words. We are not requiring anyone to paste any text in the dialog box this semester. Those of you that have taken previous CPR courses may remember that you had to paste something into this text box. We're not requiring that of you this semester. In this case, all you have to do is upload a file. You see this nice bold red text saying you have not submitted your text, you have not yet uploaded your file. That's what you need to do. So if you go to the link under Upload File, you're given a 3-step process. The first step is to choose your file. I'm going to go ahead and choose a file here. open it, and then the second step is to upload it. Once that uploads, you'll get a notice saying your file was uploaded successfully. And then it's very important here, this is where a lot of students mess up, and you will potentially lose all credit for your assignment, and you won't be able to access the CPR portion if you forget to do this. Step 3 is to return to the text entry page by clicking on the link that says so, and then to submit your text. Once you go back, you can see here that you have not yet submitted your text. If you go to the bottom, you see that you have in fact uploaded the file, and the timestamp here shows when you've uploaded it. And you can in fact preview the uploaded file, which we strongly recommend everyone to do, just to make sure that the file that you've uploaded is the proper one and not your physics or English homework. As I said before, at this point, a lot of people tend to just close their window and they think they're done with the text entry. If you go to assignment info up here at the top by clicking this link, you'll notice that text entry is showing as not being finished. And that's because I haven't finished my text entry because I haven't clicked submit. So if you go back, it's already been, your progress has been saved automatically. And the uploaded file is still there, available for viewing and downloading. So I can just click submit text, and then it'll say your text has been successfully submitted. You will not be able to continue the calibrations until the calibration start time arrives. You can always go back to it and return to text entry if you need to. If you want to change your paper before the deadline, or if you realize something went wrong and you want to change something, you can always go ahead and do that before the text entry deadline. If you go back now to assignment info, you will see that text entry has a yes under the finished column, which means that I have successfully submitted my text and I am ready to continue to the calibration section. Of course, I can't do that until the timing has shown up, and I think I may be a little bit too... So I'm going to go ahead and change the timings on this so that we can hurry this along.